Alrighty guys, we are back with another video on the blaster. It's been probably 2-3 months since I've really worked on this thing. That's due to some unfortunate circumstances with it that ended up resulting in the top end blowing, but more on that later. So recently I had talked about putting disc brakes on this machine because from the factory these first generation blasters came with the kind of crappy drum brakes and they would really fail quite rapidly, and especially when they would get hot and really be working them a lot, they just did not work well. So been wanting to do a disc brake conversion, finally ended up going ahead and buying the parts for that. I got the kit from the same company I got the rear conversion for, and that is from Tech. So most of these parts that I have here in front of me are not actually made by them. We do get hubs, and these are made by Mati, M-A-T-I, something, they call themselves the Stable Power Sports Parts Maker. I'm guessing it's something straight out of China, but got a couple hubs for there. These are not OEM parts by any means, but you do have to get different hubs to be able to do this conversion. Your factory ones obviously are not going to work. So with this kit, you get 2 hubs, you get 2 calipers, and to be fair, he does give you, the guy from Tech does give you the option to order OEM calipers. It just does cost, I think, a couple $100 more for the calipers. So I went with these knockoff remakes. Got a set of clamps that'll clamp to the A-arms to hold the brake lines. And then of course you get master cylinder, which you guys probably are already aware, includes your brake lever is in there. And again, he does give you the option to get an OEM one of these as well. I did not go that route. These are totally junk, maybe we will. Then you do get brackets. This is the main thing that he actually makes. And that is brackets to be able to convert this, basically to be able to hang your calipers on your older model blaster. More parts there. The brake line setup, he makes these. He does also offer, if you would rather, get brake lines from Streamline. I just went ahead and got the ones that he makes. And then I did go ahead and get, unfortunately, honestly, a set of brake discs. And the reason I got these was because the way that his website is set up kind of makes it sound like you don't get brakes with your, or brake rotors with your new hubs. Clearly you do, as these showed up with rotors already mounted. So I got a set of slightly cooler looking ones, I guess. So might save these, might sell them, might end up swapping them out. Not really sure what I'm gonna do. I guess you'll know by the end of this video. So anyway, that's what you get. Really not a lot there. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. We're gonna go ahead and get into installing. Obviously, the first thing we gotta do is to remove wheels. Oh, we can get these hubs off. The hood is already pretty much detached. Go ahead and throw that out of the way. And same thing with my brake cables. They're pretty much already out of the way as well. Just pop that cover off, disconnect them. Now we'll remove both of these lovely drum brake hubs. So we got the old hub off, nothing really to that. I did go ahead and put the upgraded brake disc on that I was talking about earlier. Decided that since I have it, might as well. So go ahead and throw that on there. Goes on super easy. So the next thing we got to do is get these calipers ready to be able to go onto our machine. And these factory ones will not work with the first gen blasters, so we got to remove it and replace it with the upgraded new CTI bracket. So I'll take a 6mm Allen in here. That guy loosened up. And this one down here should be just a 12mm nut. Maybe. There we go. It doesn't want to come loose. We're not giving it a choice. Okay. That guy out of there. Goodbye to that bracket. Now here's our two new brackets. I'm sure, well, these are definitely only going to go on here the wrong way or the right way, and it looks like they can go either way. So we'll take a look here real quick and see what way appears to make the most sense. So it did take me a couple minutes of kind of scratching my head with the brackets, but there is kind of only one way they'll go on. So you got this deal here, and you got this slot in the bracket that's provided. So that's going to go on there. Your two mounting points for your caliper are going to be up there. And I'll come around to this side. So your lettering that he engraves or cuts in there is going to be facing the front. It'll be visible from that side. And then your caliper is going to sit like that with your bleed screw facing up. So that'll be on the front of the quad. Now, on these hubs, here on the back side where the disc sits, you have this factory spacer. We're going to take that out. Should be able to do it no problem with channel locks. Then they do, Chrome Tech in the kit will give you new spacers. If you can see in there, there is a lip on that one, so that smaller opening is what it will end up being, is going to face in toward your bearing. So you'll just put that in there, larger opening facing out. Then they also give you two smaller spacings and two cotter keys. So we're going to take those smaller spacers, and those are going to go in the front of the hub. Press them in there. Make sure the seal doesn't get curled down like mine is. And there we go. Goodbye. Once you get both calipers on, it's going to look something like this. So I did go ahead and very loosely connect the brake lines here. And so these are the clamps I was talking about. You can get these or not. It's just kind of going to give you somewhere to kind of hold your brake lines in place, keep them from rubbing on anything. I went ahead and got them, very cheap edition. Hopefully it'll just kind of keep the brake lines a little bit nicer. So Krontech does offer a couple different options. I believe you can go with 2 lines up to the master cylinder. I don't really remember, but I ended up going with the T-fitting, which you can see down here, maybe. And basically here at the bottom of it, there's this hole right here. And so these are the other 2 brackets here in the back, and they kind of sandwich on the frame here right in front of the steering stem. And there's a bolt that goes through. Again, the instructions are, well, there's not really much for instructions that comes with the kit, but it said that it's sandwiched on the frame. This is the only spot I could figure out where it looked like it'd be logical. So those sandwich in there, bolt runs through it, and then that T-fitting slides over the top. And then you can see there's another nut back behind there. So T-fitting goes on it, another nut's gonna go on the front, hold it all in place. I think realistically, you probably wouldn't even have to use that T-fitting if you really don't want to, having issues with it, whatever, because your factory A-arms already got kind of a holder there for the cables, and then the T is just, it's gonna kind of all get held up there. So whatever you guys wanna do, I went ahead and threw it in there. It'll keep everything for sure a little more in place, but I really don't think you'd have an issue if you didn't even use it. So we'll go ahead and get everything tightened up and get these brakes bled. The one other thing I did do, of course, is put the brake lever in place. You guys shouldn't really need any tutorial on that. A couple 8mm bolts there in the back is all that holds that thing on. So pretty straightforward. This is really a pretty straightforward install. Now when you go to bleed your brakes, there's a couple different ways you can do it. One of which would be a vacuum pump. Super simple, super easy way to do it for a lot of people. I used to have one, it ended up breaking, never bothered to get another one, and really haven't ever needed one since. The way I usually like to do it with vehicles is I will take a bottle, put some clean fluid in it, pump the brakes, and then as it blows or pushes air out of the tubing, out of my caliper, when it goes to suck back in, it'll suck fresh fluid back in. So you're constantly evacuating air and pulling clean fluid back in. The main trick with that is you got to make sure your master cylinder stays full, because if it drains down, then you're just getting air right back into your system. So with a brand new system like this that has never had fluid in it before, it's going to take a little bit longer, and a vacuum pump might be easier in that case because it's going to help just create that vacuum and pull that fresh fluid down. Now, keep in mind, if you are doing it that way, still got to make sure that master cylinder stays topped off, because otherwise you're just pulling air into the system, and you can probably kind of see where I'm going with that. So that being said, we're going to go for the peasant manual way and get started on that. So we're going to go ahead and pump this lever a bit, and we're going to hold it, and we're going to crack this bleeder. Now I did already start pumping this a bit before, and at first I wasn't going to do this part of the video, but then I was like, well, might as well give you guys kind of a tutorial on this. I know there's a lot of others out there, but might as well show the whole process, right? So you can see we still got air bubbles coming out here. They are slowing down a bit. But keep in mind we got that whole other caliper that we got to do as well. We're going to keep pumping it, hold it, crack open the bleeder, much more air pouring out. This can take probably 10-15 minutes, I would guess, on a brand new system like this. Still getting more air. So we've been at it on this side for probably, I don't know, 3-4 minutes, and you can see in there the piston is finally came out and it has the pad pressed up against the rotor. So we're definitely getting close. We're not all the way there yet, but we are making progress. So we've completed the bleeding process. Of course, we did dump over the fluid bottle, so that was nice. But when you're all done, as you can see, we're hitting about here, and the lever gets nice and firm. You can see getting good engagement. You can't hardly even see the movement, which is how you want it to be. Those pads should be resting right up against the rotor, and then it should be just enough movement, obviously, to engage them. So very simple for the most part. I think it took maybe 10 minutes at tops to get these things to bleed. The hardest part is just that initial getting the fluid to actually come down. So you might want a vacuum pump for that, but if you're looking at doing this and you're like, man, I don't have that tool, don't worry about it, because like I was saying, I have not used one ever since I broke mine, and really probably maybe won't ever get one again, because I just don't really see the need for one. Now, one thing you're going to want to make absolutely certain of once you're done is you're going to want to grab that brake lever, hold the pressure on there, and then kind of look at all your connections. Make sure that there's no fluid or anything coming out of them. I mean, as long as your machine's nice and clean, you should be able to see it, no problem. But you definitely don't want any leaks like that. If it's holding pressure, feels nice and firm, you're going to know that it's good to go. That's really about all I've got for you guys. I would say that I'd probably 10 out of 10 recommend the Krontech kit. You can piece a lot of this stuff together off eBay, maybe get yourself some OEM hubs. But when I was originally looking at doing this, I was actually finding that a lot of the stuff on eBay to put together a whole kit was actually going to cost more than doing it this way. Some of that is you would get a new set of spindles to where you could use all OEM stuff. You wouldn't have to use the brackets. To me though, this was a cheaper route to go. You're also getting all brand new stuff. I get 100% that it's not OEM, all of it, but unless this stuff just really doesn't hold up, I think it's probably the best bargain deal that you can get. Let me know what you guys think. If you got any questions on this, of course, let me know. And other than that, we'll see you guys in the next one.